All right, so I pre-shuffled them all, but I'm going to shuffle them again. And we're going to do today messages of support. What do they have for us? If we're extremely struggling with finding clarity and yeah, let's just stay with that. And let's bring this down a little bit. So, look. Okay, so right away we have that I see that there was some person, possibly a Capricorn, but some person that was, let me move it back down so you can see it a little bit better in the frame, that offered some form of toxicity or, you know, negative kind of energy, and that led in some sort of heartbreak and betrayal, and you were forced to feeling like you were regretful, and you had to walk away and from this energy, and you know, someone that I listen to, they always talk about the 3 cups that are knocked over here, right? And that there's 2 cups still, you know, still still upright, right? And then there's a castle and there's a bridge, and that if you would just you know, pay attention and get out of all the grief that you're currently in, oh, I'm sorry, then you could make it to the other side, and you would like lift your head up, and you would realize that there's a better life for you on the other side of that, you know, better world for you on the other side of that. See if you see that castle, and then there's a bridge right there. So, but the other thing I wanted to point out to you is that, do you see this glow around his head? Do you see that? You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a man, you know, but like there's all this glow and this energy that's around him. And so I just want to point out the fact that I never noticed that before on this card. And I want to point out the fact that he's surrounded by like a white light of protection. And so I know that you probably feel overwhelmed by, you know, this heartbreak or whatever happened to you. And you feel very bound and tied to this person. Because even here on this Capricorn card, there's like a chain, you know, and oh, I'm supposed to cover, I guess, these naked bodies up for YouTube. You feel bound and chained together, you know, but tied together. But the thing is that, and it's in some form of toxicity, you know, this devilish, greedy, toxic energy that hurt you, you know, and caused you so much grief. And you feel like that's the only thing that's been offered to you over and over and over again. This is all that you have available to you. And you feel like you deserve to have a better offers, right? Like you deserve to have this night, this beautiful night, you know, this beautiful person come into your life and treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. But instead you're getting these horrible, you know, circumstances as a result. And it's basically putting you in this self-imposed prison. Like you think that you can't have anything better, right? Because you don't know anything better than what you've experienced in the past. And that's because you've never seen it, right? See the blindfold. Like you've never seen or experienced it for yourself, right? So you've never touched it. You never got your hands into that. You feel like you've been trapped or imprisoned, but it's probably something that's your mental thoughts, right? It's a self-imposed prison. And so you have to get yourself out of it by getting mental clarity, right? So moving on to the next. These cards are my favorite, one of my favorite cards, because I have, as a side note, I have this giant fat cat, and every time I play with these cards, or do a reading with these cards for myself, he gets so mad, and he's got like all these when we get to it, if I see any of them, I'll show you all these teeth marks, and like there's giant puncture marks in them with his teeth, and I'm like, it's like he's, well, anyway, I'll always cherish him for that reason now because of it. Okay, so they want me to let you know that they know what you're wanting. They know that you're wanting love, that you have your sights on having a great love and in your life, and that they understand it. They know that that's what you want. You are a queen of love. You give out so much love, and you want this opposite energy coming at you, right? You want this, king of love, king of cups, coming. You want to have these, you deserve to have these two meet up, right? You're this, and this is your vision of who you are and what you want, and you want him to show up for you in your life. And you're not going to settle now. After all of this, you haven't went through all of this to settle for some scraps. But the problem is that what's blocking you is this memories of all this pain that has happened to you in the past, and, it's kind of hovering in the ethers around you. And, because this, these Three of Swords, basically left you in so much betrayal. It created so much heartbreak and so much betrayal. I don't know if a person left you for another woman or manipulated you for what I'm getting in my head is like they, and only take this if this resonates, but they cheated on you or used you to, used you, borrowed money, gave finance, you gave them money, and they used it to wine and dine somebody else, that kind of a thing. And because of that, they, took your stability, right, from you. And they leveraged your stability and took advantage of that. Not only your financial stability, but they mental stability as well, your mental state of mind. And because of that, it stopped any progress moving forward for you. You were put into like this this temporary pause, it injured you greatly, it injured you enough where you were not able to move forward and have what you were setting out to have. Now, the question is that, was this purposely done, and, I don't know. I don't know if it was, but the thing is that, you're intended to get this because this is what you're manifesting. This is what you're wanting. My advice to you is to not pick a person. My advice is to you is to pick the feeling, to write down and to get really clear. That's what I did, is I wrote down, I'm going to bring this up so you can actually see me for a second. I specifically wrote down exactly the qualities that I wanted in a mate. And then I started to become those qualities. Meaning I showed up for people. I was already doing that, but I was capable of really showing up a lot for a person, and I wanted someone to show up. I wanted a high value relationship. I wanted someone that would take me seriously. I had a whole list of things, that were somebody that would be honest with me. I had a huge list. and of things that mattered, and I put them up on my wall, and I look at them every day. And part of that is for me to validate my self-worth, because it was so removed from my mental state of deserving it. That I needed to see it on a regular basis. I really needed to see how much I needed to have a person like that show up for me the way I showed up for another person. So, and so I wouldn't pick a person. Like, I wouldn't think, oh, I really want, whoever, come up with a name, to be my life partner or to be my great love, because you never know what the universe is going to bring you, or who is going to show up for you, because that person that you think might be so great might turn out to not being that great, might not be that compatible, and they might send you somebody even better, more compatible, more wonderful, and even more beautiful. So that's my advice on that. And realize that pause had to happen for you to clear away all this pain and get clarity, so you weren't bringing that into another relationship. So you weren't hurting so much and just assuming that everybody was the same way or going to treat you the same, so you could see them differently, and get rid of some of that fear of trusting somebody else. I just dropped a card. Oh, I got him. Okay, cool. So we've got a kitty on the table that's deciding to walk all over the cards. It's Sebastian. This is Sebastian. Welcome to our reading. Something about a black cat crossing our path. So there he is. I bet you he's going to lay right in the middle. No, he's not. Thank God. No, he's going to sit on the edge. Nope, now he's back on bed. Okay, my apologies. I guess it's a kind of a good sign, right? Okay, so moving on. I'll push this back down so you can see. Okay, so it's telling you that you need to, well, basically what I just said. It's saying that you need to go inward into the hermit, like you need a hermit basically, and discuss and really think about what you want out of a relationship, and not only think about what you really want in love, but also give that love that you've been giving to other people that hurt you so much to yourself. And unfortunately, it's saying to let go of the things around you in your life that don't serve you. The Eight of Cups is walking away. Oh, so sorry, I'm yawning. It's late here. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. As painful as that's going to be, as difficult that is going to be, you have to cut those ties of those toxicities, because these people in your life that are creating betrayal, these people that are toxic in your life, they are not going to learn their lesson of your value unless you cut them off and walk away. I'm dead serious. They are not going to value you unless you walk away. And as painful as that is, and as hard as that is to do, you have to do that. It might take you a little bit of time to wean yourself off of their hoovering maneuvers or love bombing schemes or whatever, but you need to remove them from your life if they're creating that much toxicity in you. Because what you're not realizing is that they're creating trauma and nightmares that are unnecessary. They're creating all this burdens and trauma and fears that are unnecessary, like worries. Let's say, let's say they're not going out and cheating on you, but they're making you think that, right? So then your mind starts going, and you start worrying about your physical health, and then you start worrying about that you don't look pretty enough, or you're not thin enough, or why are you not good enough for these people. So your mind starts going down this entire, or they haven't called you, you just start overthinking and over analyzing. And what it happens is that it becomes all encompassing and is so detrimental to your mental state that you're not able to focus on your healing. You're not able to focus on, or they're burdening you with all of their responsibilities that they need to take care of on their own, because they're responsible for they're adults. They're responsible for their own stuff. Why are they giving that stuff to you? I mean, sorry, or is adulting that difficult? They're grown adults. It's time to grow up and take responsibility for their own actions. Why are you capable of doing it, but they're not? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people, you're enabling them, basically, is what you're doing by staying around. And they won't appreciate you for what you've done for them. They won't be nicer to you. They won't figure out what they lost unless you walk away. And you won't realize your worth and your value and how much better your life can be when someone treats you better, which probably is not going to be them. Because they're going to take too long to come around to realize it, right? And then when they do, they're going to feel like such crap because of how they treated you, that they are not, that they're going to be too embarrassed to show up, to even apologize. They won't even know how. So, all that stuff is like you're waiting around and you're spinning your wheels and you're stuck for no reason. And spirit and the guides and your ancestors and God and everybody and your angels are telling you, like, you gotta just shut that down. The best thing for you to do is walk away from things that don't serve your highest good. Don't serve what you're trying to achieve. Don't serve, and you might be like, oh, well, that's so egotistical. No, like, okay, you're trying to work and make money. And you're trying to go to sleep at a certain time so you can wake up rested in the morning. You want to go to the gym. Don't let anybody take those things from you. Don't let anybody call you up and not allow you to make that time for yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they've had, oh, come pick me up because I have a flat tire or whatever. Can you drop off this for me? Because I need money, or I'm so hungry, can you get this for me? And then you're not able to eat. Whatever the whole toxic, whatever their games are, right? And then you need to prioritize you and what you need to get done to take care of you and to make yourself stable and strong and focus on yourself. And those other people can be responsible for themselves because they're not worrying about you. They're not worrying about your overall health and your overall mental state. And it'd be different if they did, if they were concerned with that, just as much as you were concerned with them. But they're not. They're not showing up like that, right? So this is not a person to invest in emotionally anymore, or at least not right now, right? And they're trying to bring somebody like good into your life, but you need to heal first in order for them to do that. You need to realize your value in order for them to do that. Okay? Because these people are going to take too long, making their way to you, right? That's their goal. It's like to just string you along and you'll always be there. You'll be waiting around for them forever. And your loyalty, just flipped out of the deck, your loyalty, which is admirable and a good quality, right? That most normal people would be happy and appreciate, is your biggest downfall, right? That's your biggest downfall because that's what's going to end up betraying you. I'm not saying to not be loyal to this person. I'm saying that you need to be loyal to yourself at this point, because these people, these kind of energies, they're not being loyal to you, right? You're being loyal to the wrong people. So I need to pull 2 more cards. You need to commit to people that are not toxic, right? Commit, right? To people that are not going to be toxic in your life. They're not interested in that. They don't want to play games. They're not trying to hurt you, right? They're not trying to create tower moments in your life, you know, and then watch you struggle from a distance, you know, in grief and betrayal and feeling unjustified. Where's the justice? Questioning where's the justice as you struggle, you know, with 2 death cards in a row. This is a mega deck that I created, you know, a death and then trying to rebirth, but then you end up dying again because they keep hurting you. You know, that is, I mean, betrayal. I mean, this betrayal card, what, someone betraying you like this, 10 swords on your back, and then, and then watching it happen, and then watching you struggle to try to get justice for yourself. That kind of energy is evil. That's an evil energy. That's super, super toxic. They create a tower moment in your life by betraying you, stabbing you in the back, overkill, and then watch you struggle to regain justice. And the reason the reason why is because you are so committed to being loyal to this person. They're punishing you for being a good person out of jealousy and out of hate. Do we need to talk about this anymore? These people are not evolved human beings. These people are not people that your loving energy needs to be around. No. They're saying run. Get away. Stay away. Don't engage. Run. I'm just telling you what they told me. So with that being said, they're telling you, they want to give you some more messages of support. Just going to pull the top one. Close your eyes. It's personal choice, actually. This is an animal oracle deck. So you get to choose the animal that, like your favorite animal. And it says, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? And what wisdom do they share? And embrace these qualities. So, I mean, mine, you know, so that's your own thing. You can put it in the comment box below. That would be a fun thing to do. I mean, I picked, of course, my cat because I love them, but they are independent and they like to be very loving, and they are fierce hunters. Fierce. Even the house cat's like one of the most fierce hunters in the world, are in the animal kingdom. The next one is healing. They're wanting me to tell you that you need to focus now on your healing journey and not focus on what these people are doing. I wouldn't look at social media. Don't give them the energy of that. I mean, you know, every time you look at social media, they're getting off on the fact that they're hurting you. So cut them off. Stop looking. Avoid it. If you don't need to be on social media, don't. You know, if you do, block them, or just know that every time you look at something, that they're probably aware that you're looking at it. So, and you know, and that sets you back all over again from the very beginning. It's not a fun place to be. And if I were you, I'd want to be focusing on that love of a lifetime that's going to come in for you, because you deserve that. You deserve to have that. You deserve nothing less than an amazing person that's going to come in and love you like crazy, because how much you love this person that hurt you so badly. And that's what you need to focus on, and being healed, so when that person comes in, you're not gonna hurt them, and you're not gonna overreact, and you're gonna have clarity and be able to have a really good relationship with yourself and with them. So that's what the angels are saying, and the animals are saying Ace of Cups. They're saying that, so it's this beautiful cup with like, I don't know what kind of bird that is. It almost looks like a magpie, but I don't know. There's a butterfly on it, lots of feathers. They want me to tell you that when you see feathers, that they're around you. And then there's the lotus, and of course there's the sun and the moon. But they want me to tell you that, the biggest thing is like that feeling. I remember feeling all alone and feeling like that I was going to be alone for a really long time, and how much it hurt and how much I really was like, I would at night I would say, I really just want him to show up, or her, whatever your sexual identity is. And I would be like, I just want them to show up already. Haven't I healed enough? Like, when is it going to be the time? And, Mr. Right, and the lotus flower, is drawing my attention, because they want me to tell you that, you think that it's going to be a long time, right? You feel like it's going to be like a century or something, or like a decade. You're going to be alone. And they're wanting me to tell you that it's not going to be as long as you think it's going to be. Like, it's not going to take as long as you think it's going to take, especially if you just let go and stop trying to make it happen, and you should join my community, on my other YouTube channel, Sunshine Hunting, because I'm going to work on ways that you can, kind of distract yourself and find your purpose and focus on creating your life after trauma. But that's what you need to do. You need to focus on creating the life you want, and then the right guy's going to come. So, and meet you at the right moment, So, I think that, you're going to blossom and bloom and grow, and that's what they're telling you, that focus on how much you're growing and how much you're evolving and changing and nurturing yourself, and less about all this time that you have to heal. So I think that's really beautiful. And, I think that we feel so rushed by time all the time, but, because, it's gone and then we don't get it back. But we do, but we're allowed to give ourselves the time to heal. I mean, give yourself that. Give yourself the time to heal, because you deserve it. Don't cut yourself short on that, I mean, you gave everybody else this time to take advantage of you. Don't let somebody steal the time away for you to heal. The next one is, just look, it's joy and contentment. So they want you to not worry about trying to be happy. That was like a big thing, is like, why am I not happy? Like, I don't feel happy. Is that to instead of that, look for ways, like moments of joy, moments of being content, finding things that made you feel not sad, not depressed, not angry, that just made you feel good and made you feel alive, and content, and made you, just feel, like a good hike, and like made you feel like you were alive and pumped up, and a lot of people do workouts, a lot of people hike, a lot of people see beautiful scenery, whatever it is for you, a lot of people cook, a lot of people focus on their passion, so there's many things you could do to find moments of joy. And you can put that in the comment box below too as well, like how ways that you find moments of joy. So there's that. And if you feel alone, they want me to tell you that they'll be there with you. Maybe that's also another way that you'll be able to like connect with other people, meet Mr. Right. Who knows, And then it says let go. And then it says on the bottom, everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all, and I can safely let go. And this was a huge one because I had all these burdens of like trying to take on all these responsibilities, and that were not mine. And I felt upset and angry and bitter and grief stricken and so much pain, so much pain. I was, I remember nights of wailing in pain, just crying. And from the way I was treated, and the lack of somebody showing up in my life that was supposed to, numerous times by different people. And as I was healing, and I remember that it got to be so overwhelming that I couldn't take it anymore. Like I literally felt like I was carrying a truck on my back, and I had to surrender it and give it to God. And yeah, would say I'm a spiritual person, but I'm like, was never the kind of person that was like, talk a lot about God or something, And I was like, I just heard them say, my guides say, give it to God, just give it to God. And so finally I was like, I can't take this anymore. Can you just take it? Because I couldn't sleep. That was the other thing. I wasn't able to sleep. I'd wake up like every 45 minutes having nightmares and stuff because I have post-traumatic stress disorder, right? And so I was exhausted, and I can't remember if I was still working then. I think I was. And I remember saying, can you just hold it for 10 minutes? Just for 10 minutes. And then I'll take it back. And then once I held it, let it go for 10 minutes, then I was like, okay, how about 10 more minutes, And then I was like, okay, now you can just take it all. Like, you can just take it from me. And I let it go. Like, then I let a little bit go, and then I worked on letting more go, and then it became this thing. And then I eventually was able to let go of a lot of things that was holding me back. A lot of anger and bitterness and resentment, because I bottom line was surrounding myself and was allowing people to treat me without respect, and they were taking advantage of me, and I was allowing it because I was desperate to have a person show up for me. in any capacity in my life. As a support system. So somebody that I could truly count on and rely on. And I don't blame the people that were supposed to do that, because probably at some point I was pushing people away to some degree, you know, by retracting my energy. And you know, you don't want to burden people with your energy, you know, with your problems. So you do kind of, you know, get into that self-imposed prison. I don't want to point fingers. Bottom line is that I felt alone and I was unsupported, and that's what led to me having this condition. And it started probably very early on in my life. That's all we need to say at that point. So the final thing I want to do is I just want to pull a few cards on what they told you what they want you to do, and then I want to just pull a couple cards because I digressed a little bit about myself, but I think that was good because, you know, not to talk about myself, but you know, it was relatable. Let's see if there's any major messages they want to tell you. This one wants to come out. Wow. Okay. So they said that they wanted me to tell you that so they wanted me to let you know that you're not trapped in a self-imposed prison, unable to move or travel or on a journey that is going nowhere, that will never turn out to be abundant. So like someone's going to show up for you, the world, the society. You're going to, you know, you're going to have your reciprocity. I can't say that word for some reason tonight. And you're going to have an, you know, that's going to happen for you, even though you feel like it's not. You know, the things that you've wanted to make you happy, the things that you've been longing for is going to happen, you know. I mean, it took your balance away in order for you to find your balance. It took your hope away in order for you to find your hope. And you took, you know, all your love away for you to find love and appreciate love, for you to manifest it, right? On your own, for you to be full of it, to be oozing it, right? All on your own. And for you to learn how to do that, manifest it in essence. And and be victorious in doing that, because your loyalty, because you are so loyal, despite the betrayal, they're going to see your value. People are going to see your value, right? Just doesn't matter. You were completely betrayed. You were completely used. You were devalued. But they're going to see how valuable you are, because your goal and your main objective always has been and always will be was to look for happiness, right? So this person that betrayed you, the other people in your life around you, they're going to see that the only thing that you really strive to achieve was to find fulfillment, like to find your 10 of cups, to find ultimate happiness and love. That's all you ever wanted. You didn't want, $1 million, $1 trillion, whatever. You just wanted love, surrounded by love. And that's why you gave so much love. So whoever this is that didn't show up for you is going to have a rude awakening. Let me tell you. But that's what I have to say. And that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this reading. And if you want to visit my other channel at Sunshine Hunting, that would be just fabulous and awesome. And I look forward to doing additional readings for you soon. Yeah. And please comment below. And I'll see you later. Bye.